Welcome back to the short yet jam-packed episode spanning from November 2nd to November 8th. I've always heard great things about Sedona, so I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to see it for myself. After driving back and forth at least half a dozen times to both parking lots, I finally decided to park my car and walk the way to the trail, which took me about 45 minutes.
Is her love tell you she's bad news, wears hearts like it's sad, so her friends won't deny.
On my descent, I heard about a vortex or two around the Cathedral Rock. I guess it's a place of great energy. I don't really know.
Don't listen to what you've been told. This girl's a ruthless liar. Says she loves you, son. Hold on to that.
Cathedral Rock. So far, one of my favorite hikes that I've ever done. It's like you're walking up a wall for a large majority of the hike. There was a girl in a pretty purple sweater who seemed a little lost. I got to talking to her, and she told me about this place called Outlaw Grill, who had the best burgers. She told me along her travels that the only other place that had better burgers was a place in Belize. She was an interesting character. We were both kind of doing the same thing. She was traveling around and seeing stuff, and so was I. She was driving her Jeep and her 2 dogs, and they were staying at Airbnbs.
Down deep in the bottom, beneath all the mistakes.
She was visiting all 50 states, and at the time of talking to her, I think she only had 3 left. When I told her I was from Montana, the only thing she had to say was that it was cold.
Times the truth got lost long ago. She sets the course for us all. Still can't believe we play hard. And in her mind she's the queen. Treats me like I'm no face card. But in the end,
and of course I had to visit the bestest little boy.
Ready, set, go.
Biding my time in Arizona, trying to figure out my next move, I decided to check out this ostrich farm and see a bunch of weird animals. Talking with Mara, we both had swimming with sharks on our bucket list, so I wanted to do that after this. The place I found in California was closed and referred to me to Jupiter, Florida. So at this point, I was debating if I wanted to drive the 30 plus hours to swim with sharks.
Don't go breaking my bones now.
It still astounds me that these animals live on the same planet that I do.
Now, there you go. Said you're breaking my bones now, there you go. Your heart is breaking my bones now, there you go. You know you're breaking my bones now, there you go. Said you're breaking my bones now, there you go. Hey, oh. Time is up.
All these tortoises had fun names written on their shells.
There's days where she don't know which way to turn. The crowd is getting older, my heart is getting colder. She slowly reached the point of no return.
I heard a fair amount about this hike, and I heard that it was quite difficult, so of course I had to check it out. There's 2 ways you can begin this hike, and I guess I chose the easier route. Initially I wanted to try the harder route, but when I was driving to the parking lot, there was a sign that said it was full. It really wasn't that bad, just a lot of slow hikers, and busy. Also busy. Once I got to the top, there's so many college kids around.
There's joy and sorrow often. On the mantelpiece, our hearts with yours and all the sticky pain. The same thing that we have blamed is the same thing that we need. The shadows light can bring, and the giant suffering.
The shuttle system was operating on this day that I was visiting Sedona, so no 45-minute hike to the trailhead for me. The shuttle system's free and runs from Thursday to Sunday. It is quite the sight to see a bunch of strangers forming a line to take a picture on this bridge.
Quietly resting but still giving hope. This is a karma, not a pity.
I then made my way to Joshua Tree National Park. I didn't have anything I really wanted to do here, except see the Dr. Seuss looking trees, which I did. I drove all the way through the park and set up camp at the Travel Center parking lot. The next day, I was debating on heading back to Joshua Tree National Park and checking out a hike or looking at other things up there. But the weather was not on my side. There was flood warnings everywhere, so I stayed in that Travel Center parking lot just waiting for the storm to pass. But unfortunately, this video is coming to a close. I'll tell you more about my drive-in along with the rest of my California adventures in the next video. Stay tuned.
Run for me 1,000 shades of blue.